Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life and your business, health, fitness, body and mindset from where you are right now to where it is that you want to be. And you can probably tell I'm in the mobile studio today. I'm driving in to see my daughter who's in the hospital again. If you're a long-term listener, you'll know that she's been battling some ongoing health issues. Hopefully she's going to come out. Today's Tuesday. She'll probably be out by Thursday this week, and hopefully we make some further progress this time compared to the previous 5 times she's been in, or previous 4 times. This is the 5th time now. It's really tough, and you can hear the road noise. It's raining, it's dark, it's gloomy. So there's a bit of distraction, windscreen wipers and indicators and road noise. But today, I wanted to talk about something to do with our mental toughness. And I'm going to call it changing your glasses or changing your lenses, because I don't wear glasses, I wear contact lenses. And there was a time in my life where I just chose to use different lenses. And I'm talking about the lenses of life, because when you take a certain focus through life, the way that I was, it is not good. It's not pretty. Focusing on the downside of everything, focusing on being a victim, focus on the empty things, focusing on the have-nots as opposed to the haves. If I reflect back now to the person that I was, it's really hard to comprehend that I've transformed myself so much. And so I want to put it to you that obviously change is very possible, and huge change is possible. And I know that we have a range of people that are in our audience right now, and we have people that are in the top 1% of change in their life, in their chosen profession, in different areas of their life. They're living the top 1%. Like for me, I'm living in the top 1% of health for my age, and that's my target. Always be in that top 1%. But I also know that there are people that want to improve their mental toughness. We've got a growing audience of people that are perhaps not in a good place and are looking for effective tools and strategies and techniques to be able to move from where they are to where it is that they want to be and get into that. Maybe they're in the bottom 20% right now. Maybe they're in the bottom 10% and they want to get into that top 5%, 10%, 1%, whatever it is, but over a graduated process. Not just in one leap, of course, but to do it over time. And in order to do that, they need to learn how to approach a whole range of different things in a different way. And so today's really, really, really powerful, because I was in a place where, I played the victim. I was bullied as a kid, and I wasn't a smart child. I struggled. I didn't understand how to learn until I was much older. I didn't understand how to make friends. I didn't understand how to communicate properly with people. And I had a poor self-image, a lack of self-confidence. And I thought I would never amount to anything because everybody was smarter than me. Everybody had it better than me. They were smarter, they were better looking, they were whatever I wanted to come up with. It was just better. Everybody else was better than me. But of course, even just saying that, and you may not even know me, apart from maybe you're listening to me for the first time, or maybe you've followed me for a little bit and you know a little bit about me. But even what I've just said, it doesn't matter who you are. You know that what I've said is not right. It's just that that is where I chose to focus. I chose to focus on the things that I didn't have, the things that I was missing, the things that I thought I needed in my life in order to be happy. But it's not true. And when I started to change the way that I looked at things, so I put on another set of glasses, if you like, focus differently, change my lenses, it's amazing how much my world changed. Like if I just look at everything that's happened in my day so far, it's 10:04 a.m. If I've looked at how my day started to everything that's going on right now up to this moment, it would be very easy. I'm not going to tell you everything that's gone on, but use your imagination. If I was to focus on the downside of everything, we could probably spend 5 to 10 minutes discussing all of those aspects. Even the fact that it's raining now and it's dark. But I can't control that. But what I can control, the fact that we're in lockdown. My daughter's in hospital. I mean, just the highlights, not to mention the things that have happened in the household and in my working life this morning. It's enough to say, wow, that's very stressful. That's very annoying. That must really be troubling you. All of those things. But I don't focus on that. And despite those challenges, I know through the challenges, because I've learned over time how to manage myself, that there are gifts. And even though it's frustrating, and even though it may take more time, and even though it might be emotionally draining and all of those things, there are gifts. So I've learned to focus always on what is the opportunity and the growth and the goodness in everything that's happening. It doesn't matter what it is. Like it's raining today, there's traffic on the road, there's people that are speeding, people that are wanting to cut me off, people that are doing all kinds of crazy things and it's wet. I'd say, well, where's the good in that? Okay, well, the rain's watering the garden, it's filling up our water reserves, it's cleaning away the dirt from the roadways and all that kind of stuff. And I like the sound of rain. Just simple things. Tony Robbins has this saying about where focus goes, energy flows, and it's so true. And that was one of the things that helped me change, to be honest, because I thought, well, hang on, if I'm always focusing on what I don't have and playing a victim and being all like that, then I'm always going to be focusing on that. I'm going to put more and more energy into it. And you probably feel it yourself, when there's something that's not going right and you just keep focusing on it more and more and more. And guess what? It brings more of the same thing. It doesn't bring you a better outcome. It just brings you more pain. Think, maybe I should change my approach. Maybe I should change what I'm thinking about. Maybe I should try and find a solution and focus on that instead. It's like when anything's bad, we can easily focus on the bad. But what's good is always available if you want to find it. And so when I started to change those things, guess what? Other things in my life also started to feel better. They looked different, they looked better, and I got better outcomes. Now, it didn't change overnight, but what I did do was realize that, well, if I keep doing exactly the same thing, focusing the same way, then I'm going to get more and more of the same stuff. And do I want more of the same stuff? No, I want to change. So I've got to do it differently. And so I was committed to making a change. I was committed to never feeling the pain that I was feeling again and to changing forever. And with that mindset comes a whole different range of actions, knowing that, well, okay, every day if you keep thinking about all these things that just aren't going right for you, then you're always going to stay in that place. Now let me bring this back to your health and fitness. If you wake up every morning and you call yourself a fat, ugly so-and-so, when you look in the mirror, you might say, oh, yes, if you're going to say that. I have clients that say that to themselves. And if you are going to come with that mindset every day, well, guess what? It's hard to change, because you're always going to be thinking about the downside of what it is that you look like right now. And if you say to yourself, I've never been able to achieve this, nothing's working, I can't do it, I'm too old, I don't have the time, it costs too much money, we're in lockdown, we have this, we don't have that, I don't have anyone to support me, it's too hard with the children, it's, the list is endless, isn't it, as to what you could come up with and say, this is why I can't do it. But if you stay focused on that, yeah, you'll never achieve it, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. So I implore you to take it differently. Have that different approach. Think differently. Because when you do, you watch how much changes for you. Because it will change. Now, can you do it once? No. Because it is exactly like picking up a new set of glasses and you say, oh gosh, these are good, I can see better through these. Then you take them off and you put them down, and next time you don't pick them up. Well, you're not going to see as well, are you? Each time you've got to pick up the new set of glasses, new lenses, so you can see differently. And guess what? Because of the way that you've looked at things previously, now you always need to pick up the glasses, and you always need to wear the glasses if you want to look at things differently. And that's what I decided to do. And I've conditioned myself over 8 years to be able to just not be shaken. Doesn't matter what goes on in my world, I will not be shaken. Doesn't mean that there aren't stresses happening in my life, and it doesn't mean there aren't challenges. We all have challenges, but it's how we use those challenges to make us better that makes the difference from being ordinary to extraordinary. And I think, for me, it's one of the single biggest changes that I've made in my life. Because when I did that, everything looks different. Things that were blurry before, this is why I love the analogy of the glasses, things that were blurry before are now crystal clear. Things I just couldn't see before are now crystal clear. So imagine if you could just as simply put on a new set of glasses and everything you looked at was just so much clearer and brighter and better. And say, well, yeah, this isn't glasses. Well, it's very easy to put on a different set of glasses in your mind. It's very easy to take a different outlook. I can remember a very powerful discussion I had with some employees that I used to have when I worked in a corporate life. And they didn't want to work in the positions. They were shifted from another part of the organisation into working with me. There was 2 of them. Neither of them wanted to be there. Neither of them had any structure for the previous 12 to 18 months in their career. And then I was coming in and setting them some very clear targets, changing their work hours, and certainly changing their work outputs. They didn't like it. And we got to the stage where I said to them, look, you've got the choice every single day when you get out of your car and you walk into this building. You've got a choice to come in here at being really angry, really disgruntled, very unhappy, and just get the outcomes as a result of feeling those things. Or, alternatively, you can leave all that negative energy in the car, come into the building, be open to what you can learn, be open to contributing to others, be open to finding out what you don't know about yourself. Being open to the fact that if you put in your best ever effort into this role right now, you don't know what role could be coming next. You don't know how this role is going to play a part in you perhaps getting the role of your life. You just don't know. But what I do know is that if you stay with that negativity and that downside and that victimism, then you will never put yourself in a place to see those opportunities and search for those opportunities. And when I changed that for myself, everything changed. But like I say, I reckon it probably took me a good 6 years to be able to really see clearly all the time. Now I just can't be shaken. I've been very positive for a long time, but in my, quiet time, I would find that I could still go to those dark places. Now I just don't. There's no point. There's nothing down there. Trust me, I've been to the depths of despair. There's nothing there except opportunity and growth and learning. Now I encourage you to get to the depths of despair so that you can feel the pain to change it. Because often it's not until you feel so much pain that you change. And we all need to change. We need to keep changing. We need to keep adapting. And COVID poses challenges to us almost on a daily basis with the way that we live. And we go, being 5 lockdowns in now, is there some struggle in that? Absolutely, for so many people. But the biggest struggle, even though financial is huge, it's the mental health impact of being locked down and having your life, changed, imposed upon you. But when you learn to control your mind and the way you communicate with yourself so much better, that's when you start to master success for yourself. Unfortunately, most people will never become a top 1% communicator with themselves. You need to be that. You are with yourself every day, 24/7, even when you sleep. So you've got the best opportunity to change yourself. But of course, I didn't do it alone. I did it through coaching. I did it through a number of different coaches until I found the right coaching. And probably because of change is a journey, I was needing different coaches at different times and the different quality of coach at a different time. Like my very first coach was a good coach at certain aspects. My second coach was a good coach at certain aspects. My third coach was a great coach at certain things, but not at other things. My fourth coach was not good at all. So I got rid of them after 3 sessions. My next coach was brilliant, which is JT Fox, and he's completely changed my life. The stuff that I've done with Tony Robbins has had a massive impact on my mindset, which then took me into working with JT, which has then taken me to a whole new level, which has completely changed my thinking around my business, what success means, and the fact that JT has provided me with opportunities that I would never otherwise get. I would just never have them if it wasn't for him. And I think if I had have had JT as a coach way back in the beginning, it probably wouldn't have worked for me at that time because it was probably going to be too overwhelming. I wouldn't have known how to fill in all the gaps. I wouldn't have had that positive self-image and self-confidence to be able to say, well, boom, yes, I'm going to do this because this, and I've done this. It would have been very overwhelming for me. When I got it, and when coaching from him, started 3 years ago to now, it's been priceless. It really has. It's been so worthwhile. But it's required that relentless hunger for change every single day. Not just for a period of time every now and then. You need to be relentless. Your work ethic needs to step up. Your mindset needs to step up. Constant working on it. That's what's important. Then you get the change. And then do you rest on your laurels? No, you don't. You keep going because you realize what got you to being successful in the first place. And I think if you rest on your laurels, you'll slip backwards. You'll slip back into old habits. It's a bit like with your health and fitness transformation. People will get either close to their goal or get to a goal, and then they can completely relax and fall back into old habits. And before you know it, we're into a sixth COVID lockdown, and they've put it all back on. It's like, how did you allow that to happen? You've worked so hard to achieve the results that you've achieved. How could you allow that to happen? But it happens because of human nature and people not conditioning themselves and reprogramming themselves to have different outcomes. When you realize what success is for you, and you realize that like success in any area is never easy and requires a lot of struggle and heartache. When you realize that and you get there, you don't want to stop the work ethic. You want to keep refining your success definition and keep setting goals for yourself so that you keep pushing further and further and further to become better and better. So maybe you need to put on some new lenses. Maybe you just need to take off the ones you've got and just polish them a bit, because you've got some good lenses, but they've become a bit foggy. So you need to give them a bit of a cleanse. Put them back on again and boom, off you go. That's all it takes. If you want to connect with me and find out how we can sharpen your focus, then let's go to thementaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for a free consultation. Let's connect. Let's make 2021 your best year yet. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you soon.